Right. So from TV, perhaps let's move on to movies.
Movies, yes.
Yeah.
Larger format, longer hours.
Yeah. We used to be the kind of audiences who go for film festivals, right?
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
I think back in the day, again, I think it coincides. Again, if you there's a similar trajectory if you think about movies compared to how we talked about music previously.
And TV shows.
Yeah, and TV shows, right? So there's always a main diet that we grew up on,
which is Asian movies.
Asian movies, right?
So Taiwanese and Hong Kong movies.
Yes. So Hong Kong movie, you can't talk about Hong Kong movie in the 90s. We were talking about Stephen Chow.
Yes,
so,
Stephen Chow.
And the Wu Li Tou slapstick comedy.
Yes.
That is hugely popular back then. And
yes,
we watched it. We watched it, right?
Yeah. Hong Kong movie is probably the most iconic representation of Asian movies, at least in the early 80s to 90s.
Yeah, a good 20 years, I think.
Yeah, whereas Taiwanese movies started from a very sappy angle.
Correct.
And then it grew in strength up until now. These days, there are some very good Taiwanese movies that comes out.
That's right.
In the present day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but as a broad category, I think Asian movies was something that we grew up on watching, and I think as we became more aware of whatever's out there, i.e., art house movies, then going for film festivals became a thing.
Yeah,
for
I
us.
think when we were in
JC.
During JC, that's
yeah.
Those film festivals, Singapore film festivals, were something that we went for, and it will be. I still remember those booklets that we still, and then we would very diligently take a booklet each, and then circle out based on the calendar what are the films you're gonna watch.
Correct. And then we of course we have to tally that we can't watch everything. A, because of scheduling. B, because we don't have all that money to do it.
Yes, correct. Do you remember what kind of shows you actually went for during that time?
I made sure that it was very Asian heavy. So I think it's a very specific offshoot of I watch Asian mass movies. What are the interesting directors, storytellers that are doing alternative Asian movies in the art house context? So I made sure my diet was during the film festivals at least half of that. Then the other half would be again driven by the story and anything that's very gritty, unconventional, and not necessarily again the must watch. So each booklet always shows a synopsis, and as the film festivals matured over time, they also have micro programs. So this is an Asian director. This is a couple of films about Singaporean directors and so on. So I make sure I have a good mix of that. Yeah.
The Ho Xiao Xian's of I think he was one director that we both grew up with.
Yes.
Ho Xiao Xian, which one?
Taiwan fifth wave. They call him the fifth wave director. Part of the fifth.
Who else? There was this. Not Li An.
Not Li An. This Malaysian director who spent a lot of time in Taiwan.
Yeah, and his characteristic is a still shot. It goes on and on and on. What's his name?
Fuck.
We had it over here.
Yes, right, yes.
Yeah, but yes. So your diet was mainly Asian, but I was actually quite the opposite. So I was doing a lot more in my selection of films, right? I remember I watched a lot more European, American, Korean movies before the K-pop wave lah. So you can imagine actually Korean directors have been actually making very good movies, not mass-produced ones.
Correct.
The art house movies way before.
Correct. So I think where they found their fame in the early 2010s, early 2000s, but yes, they have had their foundation years being built by years, decades of great art house movies. Yeah,
art house movies. We gravitated towards that. Other than boredom from mainstream movies, I think it was also happening within an era in our lives when we were trying to be a little bit more artsy.
Yeah, intellectual, if you will.
Yeah, the intellectual phase in our lives.
Yeah,
which sadly has gone. For you.
Yes.
I have to say that I still have a little bit more patience than you.
What did you just call me?
I think I have to say. These days, you don't have much patience when it comes to art house movies, right?
Okay, I think I still watch movies that have interesting concepts. And I think a lot of it has to. I was of course going through a phase where it's very motivated by the director, like Christopher Nolan,
Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson,
one of our favorite directors.
That's correct. Yeah. So I think that definitely then colors the kind of film things that I watch. But I wouldn't say I'm not patient for them anymore, lah.
No, with a director like Wes Anderson, because it's very visually captivating.
Yeah.
So it kind of like feels to be a little bit more acceptable. Plus, it's very quirky. The story is always very quirky. The characters are a little bit off center.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Correct.
Wes Anderson is one of the must see for me.
That's correct. But then again, this idea of art house versus commercial, I think in the late 90s came to a really good melting point with Wang Jiawei.
Oh yes,
Wang Jiawei, Du Kefeng, and Zhang Shuping.
Yeah,
the holy trinity of emerging Asian art house movie that was finding a very broad mass base.
And that I would venture to say is a direct for the lack of a better phrase, fuck you to to Hong Kong commercial films where it's all about slapstick, all about gangster movies.
Yes, it was a huge, I think it was a 10-year thing. It was It was a good 10 years of gangster movies.
The 古惑仔 thing that people, that directors like Wang Jiawei said, enough. We need to cleanse our palate and let's do Chongqing Mansion.
Let's do Happy Together.
Yeah, let's do 2046.
Yes.
Yeah. So all of these films, thankfully, although they can be quite trying to both the actors as well as the audiences on what the fuck is happening on this
Exactly. So I was just reading the Wikipedia page recently, right? Even Tony Leung, Liang Chaowei, who is basically the main lead for a lot of Wong Kar-wai movies, right? Even he finds Wong Kar-wai's way of movie making trying. No scripts, improvisation, and everything is overrun in terms of time and budget. Everything.
Yeah. Imagine that. As a producer, as a funding house, right, you'll be thinking,
is this gonna end soon? When I can release this, I'll get my fucking money back.
Yeah, I mean, as big as the director is, some of the leads, your Tony Leung's and Maggie Cheung's, right?
Yeah.
Movie making still needs to be money making.
Not the way I ask director, I guess.
Most of the times. I mean, we also have blockbusters. We also have like box office stinkers, right? Right. So there's both parts to the equation.
Correct. So I think we found a happy medium along the way. We went through our Asian mass media movies. We had our art house phase. So now we are in that comfortable space where we do watch a good mix of both.
Yes. One thing that I won't watch is the Marvel movies.
Yeah, this is something interesting. And I think again there's a huge difference between two of us. I do watch a lot of it. I won't say I'm a huge fan, but I like it. But you don't.
Ironically speaking, I'm a Marvel fan as a comic book.
Correct.
I'm a comic book kid.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I started collect comic book cards.
Yes.
When I was younger. Yeah. Yet the one thing that turned me off with Marvel movie is that it is too extensive. The entire MCU is too fucking confusing.
And it collapsed under its own weight.
Correct.
It collapsed under its own weight.
Right now, it is. I think they're losing audiences as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Disney, Marvel movie is slowly losing its appeal.
Correct. Yeah.
So much so that it's no longer the thing to do.
Yeah.
So for me, the one about Thanos is the one that actually killed it for me.
Yeah, I think you're done.
That's the last one I've ever watched.
Ironically, it's called Endgame.
That was the Endgame for me when it comes to Marvel movies.
You're done. The mic drop. Yeah.
I mean, there are still a few nice characters that came out along the way. At least when it comes to DC, it's not that bad.
Jesus!
Wait,
a lot of people would disagree.
Okay, DC movies, they are not so MCU lah. You know how MCU is so fucking complicated,
but
right?
that's also the funny thing about DC movies, that
they're straightforward.
They're straightforward, but they never continue. They have to keep doing Batman, they have to keep doing Superman, because it never grew and amounted to anything. So
for better or for worse,
yeah, for better or for worse. So Aquaman is on to its third series, and it still hasn't found its footing within the DC universe. Wonder Woman has two movies.
I think the latest one was quite badly.
Yeah. So yes. So
Wonder Woman 1980s, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah. So the same strength of MCU became its weakness. The same weakness of DC remained its weakness.
Well, true.
Right?
At least it's easier to watch.
Correct. It's in and of itself encapsulated. You don't have to understand the entire history of
the backstory.
Yeah.
The multiverse. How it's like shoo.
All links and all that stuff. Yes.
No, it's not for me right now.
Not for you.
Yeah, we also talked about how movies with blood and gore.
Yeah, correct.
It's not for me.
Saw.
All the horror movies.
Yeah, all the movies. So all the horror, gore and all stuff. No.
Although there's a thing called intelligent horror these days.
Oh, those like A24.
Yes. A24 is a studio that we both really dig, and they're actually. They're not new, but the works that comes out have been really... Look, anything with Kate Blanchett and Tilda Swinton, I love my heart. So I would definitely go and watch.
Geek.
Yeah.
So A24, they do good shit, and some would even argue a lot of these shows are not really horror.
Yeah,
they're more like psychological thrillers, if you will.
Yeah. Case in point, Megan. Yes. So Megan is somehow a big thing with gays. Gays love Megan.
Yeah, it became a thing.
There's going to be a Megan 2.0.
I know that there will be, but I didn't quite get why Megan became a huge gay icon.
Because she's fabulous.
Okay, and that she's robotic. So walk me through this.
I don't know. It's we need to go on Reddit to just find out why Megan is so popular. We did not watch it, right?
Right. I mean, I watched bits of it, but again, I really don't understand how it became so big with the gays. But still on the topic of gay movies.
Gay movies?
Yeah.
Gay audiences, you mean? Movies that gay audiences gravitate towards.
Which can also include gay movies. Call Me By Your Name.
Yes. Yes. With Timothée Chalamet.
Yes, Timothée Chalamet. Same director, Queer, that just came out.
I haven't watched it yet. Yes. I have it in my library.
Yes. And yeah, I think these movies are interesting, and I think they do give a bit, they hold space for us.
Yes.
As gay audiences.
I would say gay movies has gone mainstream.
Yes.
For better or for worse.
Why is it for worse?
Look, gay movies used to be very hidden in the sense that they will not get theatrical release, right? So now we have big names.
Yeah.
Supposedly straight people playing queer. So that is also another
problematic situation.
Yeah, correct. You know, so besides that, it's always good to get the visibility.
Yes.
For gay directors, scriptwriters. Actually, the whole Hollywood is gay lah.
Yeah.
Gay or Jewish?
Yeah.
Gay and Jewish.
Jewish.
Right. So, gay movies moving forward, being more visible, is largely a good thing.
Largely a good thing, yes.
Yeah. We just need to be mindful about how the impact of it. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about movies that we gave up on, like we simply couldn't understand.
For example?
Which was the one that was done by Christopher Nolan, not Inception.
Blah blah blah. Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one.
We'll Google. Google.
Right. That was a movie that almost everybody gave up on.
I think you watched it, right? I wanted to watch it, but I did not.
That was my point. I gave up.
After
halfway through, I couldn't.
Oh, it's still halfway through. Yeah. It's a 3-hour movie, I believe.
Exactly. Yeah. So after that, I really couldn't.
It's the one where the narrative jumps here and there, right?
yes, yeah, correct, yeah. So I think it was one of those movies that was too clever for its own good. Like, I love you, Christopher Nolan, but let's just stick to smart enough.
Inception was okay.
Yeah, Inception was good.
Yeah,
but
everything that one was harsh.
That was like that was a movie I couldn't finish.
As much as we like intelligent movies lah, like you said, not too much.
Yeah.
Another genre of movie that I cannot do is like natural disaster movie.
Huh?
Yeah.
Armageddon.
Armageddon is okay. Okay, Armageddon is about America. So it's not. I'm talking about those that end of days, like end of the world, kind of like crazy tornadoes, or although I like Twister, I did not watch the new remake of Twister.
Okay,
but Twister was okay. I'm talking about those that crazy volcano eruption.
Oh, that kind of
I cannot stand for it. I think it's like dumb.
Okay, so in this context, what would you make of a movie called that was Don't Look Up?
That's a satire.
Okay, so
I love it.
Yeah, right. So it is about end of the world, but you didn't see it as an end of the world movie.
I mean specifically those that has a natural disaster as its core theme. Like the hero is saving the entire city from an earthquake, a volcano eruption, tidal waves, crazy storms. I cannot deal with.
No.
Damn stupid. No. Natural disaster movie. I also cannot do history movie. The historical reenactments of, I don't know.
So Elizabeth the First, no.
Period dramas, yes. I find it quaint, but if you talk about, for example, it's
Holocaust.
Yeah, that one is a bit like boring. Period dramas are fun, but fictional period.
So just enough history, not too much.
Yeah, correct. Fictional or reinterpretation, yes, but don't give me a history lesson. I never like history lessons. So that history I cannot do.
Oh, you can't do history. Okay. That's interesting. Animation?
Animation, yes. You cannot really. I really cannot.
It's hard to say no. It's hard to say
your Ups, your Toy Stories, your the feeling one.
Not that one. The superhero one.
Lego in movie? No.
Let's say that, yes. Yes.
Oh, The Invincibles.
The Invincibles, yes. The Invincibles, yes.
The Invincibles.
One thing I didn't quite buy into was Cars.
That one is so stupid.
I know, right? Yeah. Inside Out is brilliant.
That was what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Inside Out is a kids movie made for adults.
Yeah, just as Sold Out. That one is also Soul.
Yeah, Soul. Yeah.
Soul is also. It's not. I don't think it's actually made for kids.
Yeah, it's incredibly rich and nuanced.
Yeah, finding your purpose in life.
Like Jesus.
Some of the adults don't even get it.
Right?
I didn't quite get it until the later part of the show. Yeah.
So yes, so animation, love it.
Yeah, and not just in the Western Hemisphere. The Asian part, we have, of course, Studio Ghibli.
Yes, Ghibli, yes. Spirited Away.
Yeah, all of that is very iconic.
I found the most recent one I watched was The Boy and the Heron. Interesting. It's a very classic Ghibli movie, and it deals with the universal themes, and you get really sucked into the storytelling that you really suspend disbelief. Like not everything makes sense, but it doesn't matter.
I should get around to watching it. I've been wanting to watch it.
Yeah, The Boy and the Heron.
Right. So we've covered a lot on movies
and TV series.
Yes.
And yes, there are still some points that we didn't cover, but yeah.
Yeah, but maybe we let's just end off by saying what we see for what we like to see in the movies moving forward. Yeah, like for example, I would hope that movie cinemas still remain, even though I don't go into it that much, but I do hope they will remain very still.
Why?
Why not?
I mean, you're not going, so why do you want it to be around?
We can't let Netflix have all the fun, right?
Okay, sure.
Right, so I wish movies, it is an experience that needs to be around.
Okay. I wish there were less Jack Neo movie. I've said it. We don't need Jack Neo movie anymore. Just stop. Mr. Jack Neo, please. You have won a cultural medallion. Don't have to prove yourself anymore. Stop.
Yeah.
Please.
Maybe you should tell the sponsors to stop.
Sponsors, please stop. Stop sponsoring Jack Neo movies. Thank you very much.
On that note, let's finish. This has been a wonderful episode for us.
Yes, it's so fun.
And as usual, please like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it fun as we found it to do the show for you.
That's great. We are now on YouTube and social media as well. So leave us your comments. Let us know what you want to see more of. It may not change things because we already have a schedule of other topics. But hey, we would love to hear what you think about what we think.
Yeah, this is season 2, and whatever comments that we can get from you,
that's great.
Feedback will help us in the further seasons.
That's true. That's right, Philip.
Right.
Yeah.
So until then, this has been Philip.
This is Derek.
Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.
Bye.